Namaste. We will begin in sitting, mindfully making your way into a comfortable seated position. These are the 7 movements from the 7 habits for the highly effective yogi as taught by Padma Shakti, Tracy Brace Hatton of Rasa Yoga School of Yoga and Ayurveda. Paying attention to your breathing. From your seated position, bringing the soles of your feet together. As you inhale, saying to yourself silently, breathing in, exhaling, breathing out. And we'll be here for 3 breath cycles, continuing breathing in, exhaling, breathing out. Baddha Konasana. Allow your gaze to be lifted. And as you stay with your breath, mindfully, after your 3rd breath cycle, drawing up from your low belly, moving into shoulder Vinyasa. Make your way to your belly. Continue awareness of your breath from your belly, extending your arms out, shoulder level, palms facing down. Drawing right arm in, exhaling, rolling to left hip. Optional, bending top knee, toes to the mat behind you for support. You can take any variation with your top arm, hands to hip. Optional, extending that arm upward, just bringing a little bit more range of motion through your shoulder. After 3 breath cycles here, making your way back to your belly, and we'll go to the other side, extending right arm out. Inhale, draw left palm in. Exhaling, rolling to right hip. Pay attention to your breathing. Notice your legs, very active, scooping tailbone. Inhaling down the length of your spine. Exhale, draw up from low belly, energy from low belly to heart. Just relaxing your throat and the muscles of your face. Pay attention to your breath. 3 breath cycles here, and then exhaling, making your way mindfully to your belly. Drawing palms in, inhale, turn toes. Exhale, draw up from low belly, back to all 4s, moving into Chakravakrasana. Inhale, round your upper spine. Exhaling, hips to heels. Stay with your breathing. Inhale, rise up all 4s, turning your toes, exhaling, downward facing dog. Continuing with Chakravakrasana, shift forward to all 4s, rounding your spine. Stay with your breath, exhale, hips to heels. Inhaling, drawing up from low belly, coming through all 4s. Turn your toes, exhale, downward facing dog. Really tune into your breathing. Allow every movement to be connected to an inhale or an exhale, taking 1 more round of Chakravakrasana. A total of 3 rounds in all through this sequence. Practice connecting every movement with a breath, creating new and supportive patterns. Fluid movement, inhaling and exhaling. From downward facing dog, once you're complete, shifting your weight forward, lower knees coming to all 4s, lower forearms to mat. placing the crown of your head lightly between your forearms. Drawing shoulder blades in and down your back. This is Salamba Sirsasana, a preparation for headstand. Optional, inhale, turn toes, lifting your knees, sit bones point up towards the sky. 3 breath cycles here. And the pattern in each of these movements is to be there for 3 breath cycles. After 3 breaths, breathing in and breathing out, making your way back down, knees to the mat. Take a moment here in child's pose. And inhale up to all fours. Mindfully taking your feet to either side of your hips. Take a seat back. Allow your gaze to remain lifted as you transition, still paying attention to your breath. And sitting up on sit bones, move into double pigeon. Reaching beneath left thigh, mindfully guiding left foot to the mat, your knees in line with your hip. And reaching underneath right thigh, keeping the foot very active, placing the shin on top of the left. So the shins are stacked. Naming your breath, breathing in and breathing out. 3 breath cycles here in double pigeon. Allow your gaze to remain lifted. One option here, if this is a little bit too intense for your hips today, you can bring the soles of your feet together into a wide diamond. After 3 breath cycles, release, mindfully unwinding the legs, both feet to the mat, knees bent. Continuing with the practice of naming your breath, mindfully drawing right thigh in to go to the other side, guiding the foot to the mat, knee in line with hip. The shin is about parallel to the top of your mat. Drawing left thigh in, placing that on top of the right. Notice both feet very flexed and active, just as if you were standing. Inhale down the length of your spine. Exhaling back up again, gaze stays lifted. You have the option to fold forward here if that's available to you. Stay with your breathing. 3 breath cycles. After the 3rd breath, breathing in and breathing out, unwinding. And again, the option to bring soles of the feet together into a wide diamond if double pigeon is just a little bit beyond where you are today, especially if you're doing this first thing in the morning. After 3 breaths, you'll make your way onto your back, mindfully releasing, coming onto your back, shifting forward, come to forearms. Exhaling 1 vertebra at a time, coming onto your back. Continue to stay with your breath, drawing knees in. Naming your breath, breathing in and breathing out. Arms extend out by your sides, shoulder level, palms face down. Inhale, draw knees to chest. Scooping your tailbone, point your knees to the right. Drawing knees up towards your underarm for an abdominal twist. Breathing in, breathing out. Optional, turning your head in the opposite direction. Allow your gaze to remain lifted, gazing out over your left fingertips. After 3 breath cycles here, breathing in, drawing knees to center. Scoop tailbone, exhaling knees to the left. Optional, turn your head to the right. Breathing in and breathing out. Continue naming your breath. Abdominal twists, very supportive for all of your internal organs. Just allowing as if you were wringing out a washcloth. You're going to bring a fresh supply of blood and fluid to the spine, all of your internal organs. Inhale, draw knees to center. You can take your hands behind your thighs. Breathing down the length of your spine, rock back towards shoulders. Exhaling, coming forward. Spinal roll, 3 of these. Allow your movements to be connected with your breath, keeping gaze lifted. Exhaling after your third one, coming into a low malasana or a yogic squat. Either on toes or soles of the feet, squeeze your upper arm bones. Lifting from the base of your spine, continuing to lift your gaze. Pay attention to your breath, breathing in, breathing out. Great to practice every day. And then once you're complete with 3 breaths, you can either come into a seated position, drawing palms together at your heart, and just moving into your naming your breath for 5 minutes here. If you're continuing on with your 7 habits, the next habit is naming your breath, breathing in, breathing out. So 5 minutes here, naming your breath. For more experienced students, you can move into the practice of noting and labeling emotions. If you're familiar with the practice of the 7 steps, continue your awareness of your breath. And just allow that to support you throughout your day.